Hey Patreon, what's going on? Greg here. I just wanted to give you a little insight into what's going on in the Legion world. We'll release the tour dates today for the Rings of Saturn, Necro Goblikon, and Entheos tour. So we're pretty excited about that. And then we'll have, if all things go to plan, we will have one more tour to announce here shortly before we go into the studio to do album number 5. So you can imagine we're a little bit frazzled, a little stressed because it's a lot of work. We have 2 tours to prepare for and then trying to finish up the record because as soon as we get back from that second tour, I think it's like a week off and then we go straight into the studio. And so there's no time off because that time we get back, we have to start like learning. Like we have to try to finish the record now and then trying to learn as much as possible. And then we get back, it's like refreshing and trying to like get a refresher course in all the music and then get it done. So one thing that I'm super proud of and that I spent a lot of time on during this record is I'm doing an arrangement of a Bach keyboard concerto. It's the most ambitious thing I've ever done for Allegaeon up to date, and I'm pretty proud of it. So I'll give you a little. What I had to do here is this is my Guitar Pro where I'm breaking everything down into 8 tracks here. So I'm playing one hand of the piano, Mike's playing the other hand of the piano. Down here we have the strings, the orchestra, violin 1, violin 2, viola, and then Boo Boo is going to be playing the basic continuo portion of the string quartet. So a little bit of difference there. So with him you'll see through track 6 is the string quartet and then the piano is Mike and I. And then down here you'll see Christina Sensengen is a classical guitar player from Oslo, Norway. She is an amazing classical guitar player. I can't wait to play with her. She's going to play on the record with me. I've got my normal guitar, classical guitar solo thing, but I also have a classical guitar duet that she's going to play with me on. And it just seemed such a shame for her to fly all the way from Norway to track just one song with me, so I try to give her more stuff to do. So there's 2 guitar duets, classical guitar duets within this concerto. And this is really what took the longest. So the 3 orchestra parts here, that's pretty verbatim. I just punched that into the computer exactly the way it is. The only problem is my computer is not liking E flats. So when we get to some of the later sections, when there's like a whole bunch of E flats, Joe and I have already been having problems because my computer's freaking out. But we're figuring it out. And then of course the bass here. The biggest problem is, since I'm a guitar player, I read in treble clef. I don't read in bass clef or whatever, crazy clef the viola reads. So I have to basically, when I'm going through this to arrange it for us, I have to basically transpose it into treble clef so I know what note it is. So, like here, when it's like, you're gonna see it's a D, E, F. So, but that to me in treble clef world, it looks like B, C, D, or B flat since we're in D minor. But yeah, so I'm having to do a lot of transposition. This whole voice I had to transpose, and then of course the viola I had to transpose, and then the bass I had to transpose. Not that it's going to sound any different from where Brandon would play it, just for my own, how my brain works as a guitar player, I had to transpose it. So just a lot of work. I'll play a little bit of it for you. Doing the drums was a huge challenge too, trying to get it to flow right. So as I was saying, this is the most ambitious thing I've ever done for Legion, and is the most tech thing I've ever done. So here's a little taste. So there we go. So that is, I mean, that is like 45, 50 seconds of a 7-minute tech fest of Bach, where every instrument is doing something completely different, and it's completely a mind fuck. So yes, that is. I'm super stoked on how that came out, and it's going to be a lot of work. It's probably going to take me over a day to track all that in the studio. You know, a lot of people have been asking about clean vocals after subdivisions and animate. There will be clean vocals on the record. Right now, kind of how we're doing it is it's like baby steps. So in every song, Riley's writing 2 versions. He's writing just a complete death metal version, and then he's writing a version with clean vocals, and then we'll go in pre-pro all the songs with both versions and then make a decision on which version is like better. Or we don't want to like put clean vocals in just because we have to put clean vocals in, you know. We're doing this because like does the song benefit with clean vocals and stuff like that. So yeah, so there we are. It's a lot of work that we are doing, and so I hope that gives you a little more of an insight onto what is going on in Guitar World, or in Allegaeon World, I should say. You can tell where my brain is. Yeah, so yeah, I'll see you soon. Hopefully here in March. He'll come out to a show. Later.